Alright, so today's video we're watching a Plat 5 support on PC playing Kiriko on Circuit Royale. And they say, okay, so basically I am a Kiriko main, and I feel like I am really good and at an impressive rank for how much time I have in this game. I only have 160 hours on this game. I see most people I play with have thousands of hours and am still lost, and it's mind-boggling to me. I make good plays and have pretty solid position, and I think, but it seems like no matter what I can do, or what I do, I cannot make it out of this gold 1 to plat 5 range. It's like actually impossible. I don't know if it's my teammates' fault or I'm not doing a good enough job. I don't see how it could be that because I am constantly the best support in the lobby with good kills / damage, good heals, and minimal deaths. I feel like I have a lot of potential to climb, but I just can't. So I could really use some input on how I can improve and make it out of this gold 1 to plat 5 hell. Any advice you could give me would be so greatly appreciated. I might be the best Kiriko in my rank for real. Okay. This is gonna be a treat. All right, here we go.
Be careful.
Punching the payload. Where's my team?
We'll see how it goes. So far, so good. Good cleanse, good play. No issues at all so far.
Like a gentle rain.
I don't have anything to go. I don't have anything to go with yet. Just everything's fine so far. Yes, you can see the health bars again. They fixed it a while ago. They just never put it in the patch notes. Yeah, I mean everything's fine so far.
What else is new?
I mean, doing everything you need to do, healing your teammates.
Under my protection.
So far, so good. No issues on my end.
Like a gentle rain.
Is that a little bit passive? I'll pause for a second on that statement. I feel like the problem is yeah, it can be very map based. Like if you're let's say that you're playing a map like Hollywood where it's a little bit more open at the beginning. Like, you know, it makes sense to take more off angles, but Circuit Royale kind of sucks for that. Like first point Circuit Royale kind of sucks for trying to take angles. It's pretty much a straightforward line. That's why Sigma's so good on this point, for example, is because like there's not much. It's just basically all the damage gets funneled to here. Like the most aggressive angle you can take is like this one. And like, look at this angle as like Kiriko. Like it's not even that good. Like you could go up here, but like it doesn't look as good as it like appears. Like if you look at this angle, like it's just, I don't know, it's just not like the best. At least first point is not the best for trying to take the off angle on Kiriko, which isn't bad to take the off angle as Kiriko. It just feels like this map is kind of rough for that. Jump.
Hey.
Fine with this play. Keeping your teammates alive to keep the numbers going.
Hey.
I would Kitsune this just to win it. If you need to. Nope. Do not Kitsune. You're good.
No one can hide.
I'll be honest with you. I thought they had more than 2 on the point. That would have been a bad Kitsune call by me. So good job. Now I would use your Kitsune aggressively, though. You're going to have to. Remember, it's always about setting the tone. So make sure to set the tone. Okay, now it's too passive. Dino and Lavi, thanks for the tier 1. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. Remember that your ult's really strong. Alright, so I want to see you made the right decision. That was actually the correct... not TPing up there was actually the right play. Only thing I don't be afraid, though, after your diva gets away there, to go in there, teleport on them, cleanse, and then have them remech, because they'll protect you with the remech. So you could have actually saved your baby diva, but... we'll see.
Like a gentle rain.
So, okay. Now, it's funny because someone had mentioned the passive earlier. A way to explain this is the way you're going to win in Overwatch is becoming a playmaker. And I've talked about this before. I haven't talked about it as much in VODs because I haven't had to. But, like, you're going like, oh, I feel like I'm playing really well. I'm doing all this. But, like, you're just kind of there, right? And when that happens, and this happens to me especially when I'm playing DPS, is if you're not trying to really make plays and you're not trying to do anything, then you're just purely relying on one of your teammates to, like, take the reins and pop off. So you want to find ways to be able to bring value to the team. For example, you would have been on your second Kitsune by now. And the reason why I would have loved for you to use your Kitsune at some point is because, one, you'd have a second one by now, but two, you also need to get the other team to react and see how they react. And when you're playing a game early on, you don't know how that's going to go. So why not just throw a Kitsune at them and just see what happens? Do they overreact? Do they pop all their ultimates? Are they out of position? And those are things that I actually take into account when I'm playing ranked is like, if I use my ultimate once and they all overreact to it, I know I can do that again and bait out ultimates. So I just think like I would like to see the Kitsune happen eventually here, even sooner than it has. And you're like, yeah, but like they haven't really had an opportunity. You can still just throw a Kitsune out and just hope for the best and see what happens and go for something. And I think that, I'm just saying, don't be afraid to like do that. Anyway, let's continue on.
I'm on fire.
So like right now, what I would do is the moment the cart gets to about here, and then they start to engage from here, you just Kitsune. No, don't even think about it. Not yet, not yet. Now you're gonna Kitsune. I'll head back to you. And I know you gotta kill, but just do it. Guarantee you're gonna win this fight. Just do it. I just want to get you in the habit of not being afraid to hit this L button. Because these are the opportunities where you just do it and you'll be fine. You're gonna get your Kitsune and that's getting into 19 months of the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
Pop
Tell me now they're not gonna use it?
Pop victory, emongg.
No one can hide from my sight.
Okay, now you have a straight line down here. You Kitsune down there now. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Chad, who is this? Right here. You'll see why I'm asking this question. Who is this right here? This is Bob. Bob is the ultimate of Ashe. Does anybody remember when there was a Bob down here too? Anybody remember Bob down here? Yeah, you remember that Bob? Have you noticed something? That's their second Bob. That's their second Bob. Used. You're still on Kitsune. You see why I'm saying you would have had another Kitsune by now? And once again, I know your teammate's doing well, and like it's going well, and people are like, oh yeah, but you're winning the team fight. This isn't about whether or not you're winning the team fights. It's about getting in the habit of recognizing that sometimes you need to use an ultimate to get ults out, and it also benefits your team. The Kitsune benefits your team also. So you would have already been on your second, maybe third Kitsune by now, but you're playing for like this perfect ultimate. I'm telling you, the worst thing you can do in Overwatch is play for perfect ultimates. How often have you had that Zarya on your team who refuses to grab just one person because they want to grab 5 so that way it can be Zen ulted? Actually, Zen ulted, what am I joking? That's going to kill everybody. Suzu'd, lamped, Juno ultimate. You know what I mean? Like they wait for the perfect opportunity and then it just doesn't work. So it's okay to use your ultimates a little bit more aggressively. And I think that will be something that you're going to have to get in the habit of. So anyway. This will be, once again, this will be a perfect time for a Kitsune because you have a good follow-up opportunity for your team.
The battle ignites me.
Okay. Now we're getting into, like, prime Kitsune usage here. All right. So let's Kitsune. The reason why this is a perfect Kitsune spot, look at this. You just send the Fox down here. It goes to about here. The whole part of third point here on this part is going to be an ultimate for your team. Perfect opportunity. So the moment you even like start to see them, just let that button go and then win the team fight. Oh, even better now. Even better. Go. Use it now. Yes, there we go. Finally! It happened. Oh, also, just to point out, Kitsune also benefits you. Okay? So if you stand in your Kitsune, it will also... Because I know you're going for the off angle, but you have to remember that Kitsune not only does it make you faster and it shoots faster, it also gives you your cooldowns faster. So after the Hanzo ult kind of went by, you had opportunity to go to, like, be more front and center, maybe use a cooldown, maybe have cleanse used on the diva before they lose damage because you're in a spot where you can see it. The point I'm making is you have a lot of opportunity there, too. So. Yep. That was the most off-angle Kitsune ever. I mean, they went... The thing was, is the Kitsune was good, but to go take an off-angle after didn't go as well. That's why I'm saying, like... It's not necessarily bad either, but... If I'm launching a Kitsune on third point Circuit Royale, there's a pretty high chance I'm going to sit in it because I'm going to be able to get, like, a second cleanse out of it. I'm going to be able to get 2 swift steps. I'm going to shoot faster. I can keep my teammates alive a little bit easier, right? Like, it's like... It just makes sense to use it at that point. If you're in the neutral and nothing's happening, then the off angle makes more sense to me, right? Not bad. I gotta pause for a second. Let's just take a look here. Wait, what's that there at the bottom? Wait a second, is that a Kitsune? So, do you notice how a minute later, you already have another Kitsune? Do you see why, like, I was very adamant about you just being a little bit more aggressive with your ability to use these ultimates? Like, this is why I'm saying, sometimes people get too safe with their ultimates. Because you can build them so damn quickly in any game. I mean, you could apply this in Rivals. Like, you build ult so quickly that when you wait for a perfect ultimate, there's also a good chance they also have ultimates to counter it, or you just don't give yourself a good opportunity. So you said you feel like you're the best Kiriko in this rank, like in general. Like I think there's things you need to improve on, especially with having a bit more of an aggressive play style mindset. Because so far it's been you heal your teammates, and then you hold on to your Kitsune. And then your teammates go and make plays, but you kind of haven't gone and made those plays yourself. You've actually played a very safe play style. And that's how you kind of can get... You say you keep getting stuck in Gold 1 to Plat 5. Well, when you play very safe, and you kind of play... I always use the terminology or the saying of, like, you're playing not to lose instead of playing to win. You're right now in the mindset of playing not to lose. And that's how you lose games, because you end up playing too safe. Anybody here who's a fan of sports knows exactly what I'm talking about, where you watch, like, your favorite team start to go into the play not to lose mentality, and then they lose because they play it too safe. You can definitely Kitsune this. You have 2 picks. 100%. You traded out an ultimate. Yep.
I feel all warm inside.
There you go. I'm okay with that, though. I'm totally fine with that. Got an ultimate out. Teammates survive. The team fight's still going. Do you see what I'm saying, though? Like, that's unlucky. Good ult. But, like, do you see how that team fight is very winnable? Like, imagine if that Moira ults that and you don't Kitsune. You go from a team fight that you probably just lose to begin with, and then you're going to have a pretty bad retake, to your teammates had an opportunity to win it. And that's what I'm saying. You give yourself opportunity. Did it get stuck in the cart? Yeah, the benefit would have still been fine, though. It's already halfway there. Like, you'll get, like, it has, like, the residual effect of, like, it will benefit you. But yeah, the other team just played a good, solid defense on third, and your team couldn't really capitalize on some of the major plays that you needed. And honestly, that sometimes just happens. And there's, not much you can do about that one. You just go again. So you basically played, like, an okay half of Overwatch. You weren't necessarily the reason why your team was going to win a team fight, and you weren't the reason why your team would have lost the team fight. You just kind of, like I said, you're playing kind of just safe, right? You're just kind of chilling.
Attackers incoming. She's gonna stop the payload.
Stop the payload.
Feels good, huh? Ho ho hey.
Good cleanse. Nice job.
回復する.
Yep, you're good. Good play there. Good Suzu.
I'm here.
Good for your queen. Don't be afraid to do that. Nice play. I'm still okay with you making. That was a good play. See, like, that is what I mean. Just to kind of reiterate, that's like a play that you could play that really safe, not TP in there, go for a long range cleanse, and if your queen dies, your queen dies. But that's like it doesn't seem like it's anything major, but that's a playmaking ability. You go in, you use your swift step, you cleanse to keep them alive, and you give your teammates opportunity to turn a team fight around that was looking like you were about to lose your queen. Now, whether or not your queen dies here, that's we'll see what happens, but I still that's what I mean. Like, you're willing to make a risky play there in order to, like, turn the fight. We'll see what happens. Obviously, you can go the other way and you don't win it, but that's the type of stuff I'm talking about.
What's up?
Good usage of the TP out. Ana kind of dies there. Like, you could have tried to cleanse it, but I can see why that was harder to do. Using cleanse to save your teammate. Remember, when you're jumping around like that, you're actually putting yourself out of position a lot. So, alright, don't be afraid to Kitsune this pretty early because you want to regain momentum. Counter with your ult now, otherwise you're going to just lose the team. Okay. By the way, you know what I love? How I just talked about how, like, you could sit back and throw a cleanse from a range and kind of hope for the best, and then the next play is exactly what happens. You go for the long range, like, random cleanse, and then your queen dies, and that's it. Then you lose the team fight.
Be healed. I'm with you. Bye bye.
All right. You gotta get to that queen soon. There you go. Nice job. Good play. You did that right.
Brings relief.
Okay. Ambitious play here. All right, chat. Who do you think uses Kitsune first? The other Kiriko or this Kiriko?
Get in there, Bob.
We'll find out. Good bob by your teammate. You saw Hanzo to your left. Be careful. I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say. They both won't. All right, backing up, backing up.
Carried on the wind.
Holy crap, dude, what's happening? Cleanse? Okay, there you go. You gotta counter with your Okitsune, right? Okay. They went first, though. Generally, whoever goes first in that situation will have a good time. But it ended up being a trade, so... You can say that Echo's playing a bit reckless. But see, like, right there, their Kiriko went first, and they won the team fight. And I always say you want to be the team that kind of leads in a lot of the time rather than being reactionary. And, you ended up Kitsune in a few seconds later, and their team already got the benefit. So, and there's that. Always waits to ult. Yeah, that's why I say, like, I try to get people out of the habit of just trying to, like, wait for the perfect ultimate. In my opinion, and once again, it's difference of opinion, I think the perfect ultimate is an ultimate that wins a team fight. Straight up. That's my vision of a perfect ultimate. If you use an ultimate and your team wins the fight, that to me is a perfect ultimate. If you're waiting for 5 in a grab and you spend 3 team fights not using an ultimate, there's no guarantee it will go well. I mean, it could go well. I just think you're missing out on so much opportunity to use an ultimate. Like, you build them so quickly. So it's one of those things of like, a really good skill set to develop in Overwatch is recognizing that you can use your ultimates a little bit more aggressively. And if the other team, especially in ranks like gold and plat, where people are a little bit more afraid to use their ultimates, that can be like the difference maker. That can be where like, oh, I'm stuck in like plat, but now I start ulting a bunch a lot more frequently, and so I stop going for these perfect ultimates, and I'm just winning 3 extra team fights a game that you weren't winning because you would just sit there and wait for the perfect ultimate, right? And sometimes those 3 extra team fights are the make or break between going 10-3 on the day, or no, sorry, 10-3, 12-5, or going 5-12 or like 8-8, right? Because you're playing such a safe play style. So finding that value in your ultimates can go a long way.
Purified. Nano boost administered.
All right. Gonna have to Kitsune this now. Like, I would have done it a few seconds ago, but you gotta do it now. You have to. You can't wait. Correct play. Good job. Good location, too. Good job recognizing. DP out. Cleanse if you need to. You don't need to cleanse. Remember, you do get your cooldowns quicker if you're in your Kitsune. Good cleanse on your Orisa. Nice job. Go into heal bot mode for a second here. Get a kill. Yep. You're good. Just keep your Orisa alive for now. Don't be afraid to use a cleanse to really guarantee it. Orisa's fine. Good job. And you're already, what, 35% in your next ultimate. Did the Fox not go into the May wall? Well, actually, I always will give credit where credit's due. The Kiriko made a really good play and went to the right of the wall on purpose. So if you notice, the Kiriko actually like stepped to the right a little bit and then did that. That was actually the correct play. That was just a good, solid decision. Did it not? I can double check. Did it get stuck on the wall? I thought it was a good one. Let me check. Maybe I missed it. Let me see. I thought they went to the right of the wall, but I can check. Maybe where the Fox comes out at? So there's the May wall. Ooh. Wait a second. You're right. No, you weren't. No. Okay, so I did see it right. Okay. No, look it. It was fine. See? It was a good ult. Okay, I knew it was a good ult. That was a perfectly placed one. That was perfectly placed. Went to the right of the wall, Kitsune'd, and then was good. Yeah. That was the correct play. Good cleanse. Some of that's your teammate's positioning too. I will admit your Orisa gets a little bit aggro sometimes. So, but that's why it's, it's okay to make the little bit more of aggressive style to save your Orisa. Yes, good job. Correct play. It sucks because you go into the ultimate, but you're saving your Orisa, otherwise they were dead there. There's no way your Zen would have got that in time. So, good play again. That's playmaking. Simple plays like that go a long way. Good ultimate. Yes. Perfect play. Do not be afraid to cleanse this. Oh, nice shots. Okay, so
Just needed a dash of mischief.
good play there, by the way. Wonderful. And now do you notice how you use an aggressive Kitsune and it went well? That's what I want to see out of you. Number 2, just remember, I want to reiterate this point again. You get your cooldowns back quicker, so don't be afraid to use a really early cleanse in that situation where it looks like your Orisa was going to die. Okay, so don't be afraid to just like hit that cleanse button because you're going to get it back fairly quickly. So just remember that. Outside of that, great play. I want to just remember that, like, because Kitsune also gets your cooldowns back quicker, so it's worth it to do that.
Carried on the wind. Kitsune no kagizume o takehanate. I'm on fire.
Okay, so you're going to learn something today. Okay? You're going to learn something today. You ready? Even if you're in a Mei ult and you cleanse yourself, it does not mean that you can't get Mei ulted right after. So the mistake you made there was you should have swift stepped out of it rather than... Actually, what was your swift step cooldown? Yeah, you were fine. Yeah, you had it up. So what you would do here is... Watch. So what you do in this situation is you just hold your swift... You turn around and swift step to your Bastion or your Zen, and then you survive and that's it, and you have your cleanse. What you did, I'll show you the point of view, is you cleanse yourself, but then you stay in the Mei ultimate, see? And then you get frozen again, because you can still get frozen even if you cleanse, right? The cleanse prevents you from taking the initial part, but the Mei ult lasts long enough for you to, like, still get Mei ulted. So what ends up happening, you get Mei ulted, and then eventually you die to it because of that. So you actually misplayed that right at the end when it mattered. And then it looks like that might be the game. See?
I licked my wounds. Let's go.
Is that they tried to back away, but they found a wall? Which is fine, but the problem is that why are you... Here's the take on this one. Because you're saying, like, oh, like, they found the wall back there, etc., like they were trying to back away. In my opinion... Let me go back a little bit further here. Okay, let's go, like, right here. In my opinion, though, why are you chancing that? Right? Why are you just cleansing yourself when you literally have a free cleanse with your swift step? In my opinion, like, even if they know that's the interaction, why are you risking that? Like, it's not like swift step was down on like a 1/10 of a second cooldown and you had to make a split-second decision. It was up the whole time. So what you should do is turn around, swift step to your teammate. Now you still have a cleanse to maybe save like your Orisa later on in the team fight, and there's a much better opportunity. Instead, go the cleanse, get rolled, and then you get back in your Mei ult and you're dead, right? So this is where, going back to what you said, where you feel like you're the best Kiriko in this rank, how do you climb out of it? I'm gonna get this to the point. I don't think you necessarily played bad from a mechanical standpoint. So what I mean by that, your aim was pretty solid for gold low plat. Your movement was solid. You had when you used an ability, it was pretty good. Like, it was accurate. You weren't like missing Suzus. You were fairly accurate with everything you did. That's the good news here. But this goes back to what I said earlier. If you really want to consistently climb, you need to become a playmaker, right? And sometimes being a playmaker could be a teammate who only has one death, not because you're running away from every team fight, but because your position is so good, right? That could be a playmaker. A playmaker is using your ultimate frequently and constantly being that player that, like, you're just annoying to play against because, like, what the heck? They have Kitsune again. Being somebody who is willing to make more aggressive plays. Things like that is where you're going to climb. So while you say you think you're you're the best Kiriko in this rank, well, if you're going to play like this, you're going to end up just being in the rank the whole time because you're just not willing to make that next level play. And when you make decisions like this at the end, where this could make or break how a team fight goes because you have such a powerful kit, these are the opportunities and things that you need to look at, and that's what you improve at. So my number one advice to you is be willing to use your ultimate quicker. Be willing to go on that off angle if you need to. Not during your Kitsunes. Be willing to do something a bit more aggressive to kind of set the tone for your team. And I think that's when you'll start to climb more. I don't think it's a lack of mechanics, which is good news too, because sometimes you can have all of the previous stuff and that will get you to a certain point, and then like you need some more like mechanical practice. Mechanics I'm not worried about for you. That is not the issue here. It's your decision making that you need to clean up on, and once you do that, you're gonna be fine. So kind of take a little bit of what we said, and I think you'll end up doing really, really well. You got this. You absolutely got this. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment, all that helps. If you want to submit your own Spectating, look in the description below. We record these live on stream, live on Twitch, usually on YouTube too, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.